Hi there, it is currently the 19th of May 2015, making this update right around 09 Universal Standard Time. It's about 6 p.m. Japan Standard Time. We, of course, are continuing to track Typhoon Dolphin, or what is left of Typhoon Dolphin, really is getting wrapped up with some drier inflow after moving over Guam late last week, knocking out power for most of the island there. It did cause some significant damage. But now our storm is on its northerly track here. It is pushing over some smaller islands, though. I do want to mention that it's not a completely yet a fish storm at this point. And what I mean by fish storm is basically just the fish are being impacted by it. Because at least at this time, Chichi and Hahajima, where about 2,400 people do live out here in the Ogasawara Islands, are being impacted by this. Actually, at this time, the Japan Meteorological Agency, in their severe weather discussion for the Ogasawara Islands, is saying that they could see some winds up to about 50 meters per second. I'm sorry, this is a little bit kind of jabbered up because it is the translation via Google Translate, but 50 meters per second, about 180 kilometers per hour. Expected as we go ahead into the early morning hours there on Wednesday, 9-meter high waves. Also, there is a threat of some storm surge with this storm system, especially on the southwestern periphery of the island. And also another big thing is in a 1-hour period, they are saying that upwards of 50 millimeters could occur. By no means is this storm system completely over with, and a lot of people definitely are going to be impacted. The good news is the Ogasawara Islands, they are relatively small, they are relatively isolated, and there are a few things that really result from that is the fact that they do prepare for typhoons. The buildings there are up to a strict building code. I mean, I just went to Niijima on the Izu Islands, a little bit farther back here towards the north, just south of Tokyo this past weekend, and all the buildings there are made of a solid concrete. The similar situation down here towards the south and Haha and Chichijima. Fun fact, Haha and Chichijima means mother and father island out there. So yeah, some pretty small stuff, but they are going to be impacted by this storm. And then eventually you see this front that's really just pulling it off there towards the northeast. This rainy season front, if you will, that's going to continue to pull our storm and just race it off there to northeasterly projection. So by the time we go ahead into Tuesday afternoon, conditions will have vastly improved. Speaking of the rainy season, I do want to mention officially it has started now in the southern Japanese islands, actually in Japan for that matter, overall about 14 days later than normal. But at least at this time, yeah, you're going to be seeing some more rainfall out here. And don't worry if you are not getting impacted by the showers and you want to, because this whole front will lift off there throughout the towards the north. Actually, if you're watching this on the YouTube channel, go ahead and type in Monsoon 101 and you'll be able to pull up the Westpac Weather 101 on the rainy season in the Northeast and Southwest Asian monsoon and how it impacts the areas out here, because this is really going to play a pivotal role in the weather overall across this region as we go ahead through the next, well, several months. But as our storm does continue to pull off towards the northeast, this is one thing I do want to show, the waves coming off of it. Mainland Japan, across much of Honshu, you're going to be seeing some pretty high waves, actually some areas as much as 7 to 9 feet coming on shore, and some pretty large swells with this, upwards of 12 feet as we go ahead into, well, basically by Thursday and the Friday across parts of Hokkaido. So that's going to be the big impact here, some dangerous rip currents, and if you are in some of these outer islands, definitely going to be seeing some very large waves that could be rather dangerous for some of those vacationers. But hey guys, that's really all on this storm system. The rainy season front has officially started. We got our low kicking off there towards the northeast. Well, I said low, but it technically still a typhoon. The Korean Meteorological Agency, by the way, fun fact, has already downgraded it to a severe tropical storm Dolphin at this time. But I'll wrap up with the actual forecast track from the Japan Meteorological Agency. You can find this at the Typhoon Information Center on the webpage right now, saying 130 gusting to 185 kilometers per hour. Switch it up with a JTWC track, a little bit stronger, but they're on a 1-minute wind scale, so it's basically the same. Actually, if you convert it, they're a little bit weaker. Wind gusts 167. But they expect it, as you can see in the forecast, to continue to de-intensify and really just go extra tropical. It's going to be a big wind maker off there in the northern Pacific eventually, as it does move over there towards the Aleutian Islands. You can see in their forecast, they got some showers later on this week. Could be some of the remnants of our storm. Alright guys, that is all for right now. Thanks again for watching here. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please post them down there in the comment box below. I really appreciate your feedback feedback. I am not doing a green screen update, by the way. If you were curious, you watched this update all the way through. Main reason is I have been having audio issues. You probably have noticed if you watch these updates quite often. So going back to the screencast on this forecast. So yeah, for right now, nothing in the extended range, by the way. I do want to mention that before I let you go. Pretty quiet out there in the tropics as we go ahead through the next, well, several weeks it even looks like. But rainy season front kicking up. Still got the severe weather there. And yeah, all right, guys, stay safe. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye.